Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video, we are going to solve one of the biggest problem when you're trying to learn or build something with AI. And that is the cost related or associated with these API keys of different model. I just got my OpenAI bill and it was around $110. And even though I use AI every day, I saw and felt that many students who are in their college or who are in their learning journey, of course, will not like to spend that much money, and that should not be a factor in which they are not able to learn anything. Along with that, I saw many videos and resources, and most of the people are not giving any clear information, or maybe using these videos more like a clickbaity thing, just showing them something which are outdated. So now in today's video, we are going to make sure that we not only see what are the keys or these resources available to us, but along with that, we also do understand that how to understand the limits which are there by using these keys, as well as to understand the dashboard and see that how you can supercharge your AI workflows, be it in N8N or any other AI framework as well. So with that, everyone, I am Mayank Agarwal. So I regularly create content in the world of AI, and I want to make sure that you are all able to use AI in your day-to-day life. Do check out my school community as well as the Udemy course which I have recently launched, and you should get started with AI in no time. So now let's get started. Great everyone. So now let's try to understand and see that how can we get free AI keys for our overall learning. Now first let's understand the problem. Now if you're a learner, right? Like you will be having lots of curiosity, and of course you will need AI so that you can maybe use it inside N8N, which is again an awesome no-code tool where I'm going to show you the practical today as well. Or you can maybe use all of these frameworks, LangChain, Crew AI, or even let's say developing an app of your own, right? So the idea is that for all of these things, you need an API key so that you can access AI models, be it ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek, Anthropic. So all Perplexity. So all of these models require a API key. Now the same is different from the normal ChatGPT description. So just for your reference, if we normally go to ChatGPT, this is not the paid reference we are talking about. So when you see, let's say the paid one here, right? So if I go on upgrade, this thing is totally different, right? So I will just maybe create a separate video explaining about them. Now, to like normally get these keys, of course, it is not very straightforward and easy. All of these platforms, like let's say your Chat GPT or your Claude, they have a separate overall like website where you have to visit and get the keys. So again, I want to show you the process as well here directly, like instead of directly jumping onto how to get that. So for OpenAI, just as an example, you will have to go to platform OpenAI, and I can just search for API key. Now I think I will having my personal one here, like not the work related one, which I normally don't use. So let me just quickly log in here. So once you log in, you will be able to see that how can you create these keys. Now you need to just add up like minimum $5 balance, right? So this actually is not the one which I use a lot. So I guess there will be very less usage. I guess let's see that how much is the usage. Now you will see that again how I used it way back in November 15, and I think it will be way less than a dollar as well. But yeah, the main account which I'm using everyone that had a very high bill. So the idea now is that how can you make sure that you can use and get these API keys, right? So that as a student or as a learner, right, as a first time learner, without spending lots of money, you can easily get access to AI models. Now, of course, and a very good disclaimer because I don't want to have that thing where you compare the paid one to a free one. Like, of course, there's no free lunch. But yes, there are awesome services which you can get, like awesome keys which you can get and make sure that you can learn without any hiccups. So let's see the same out, everyone. Now, the whole idea becomes that, okay, we need a key. We don't want to spend any money. And yes, of course, use them as well. So that is where again we have to use our AI, which is the final brain, right? So for the same, what I have done is I have created this awesome N8N workflow where you can see that how I have covered what are different ways of getting this key. The very first one is from Google. So yeah, kudos to Google for providing us the access to free keys. Now, if you go on your Google, right? So let's say you have a Google account, a simple Google or Gmail account will work. So make sure that you're logged in. Just search for AI Studio, and this will take you to Google AI Studio. Once you are inside the studio, everyone, then you can click on this Get API key. So this button on the left bottom. So click on this, And you can see that how again there are different keys which you can create. So the second I create an API key, and let me say again free key demo, and I could just select the basic project, my project. I think you will also be seeing the same, else you can create one quickly. And it has created a key for me. So what was the name? Free key demo. And I can just paste this, like copy this key now. Go to my anyten. Now I am showing you this via anyten, but if you use the same key via, like in your application via Python or any other language, it will surely work as well, right? So here again, I have just created a very simple flow because we just want to check if we are able to use our key or not, right? So I'm having an agent, right? The brain of the agent or the chat model is your Gemini. I will go to this and just make sure that I create a new credential, paste my API key here, and just save it. Now, once I save, the connection is successful. And this is exactly the key which I just created right in front of you, right? Now, once we have created this key, everyone, now I can go back. And of course, I will be deleting the key. So again, it's free, so you can use it. You will see that there are many different models here which you can use. So Gemini 3 Pro, image preview, and all these are also there. I think we are good with Gemini 2.5 Flash, right? So let's use the same. And of course, you can change any property, etc. here as well. Let's open a chat and let me send a hi message. Seems like again this is getting used, and yeah, all green means that yes, our key is working, everyone. So I am able to get how there, how can I help you? And let me say, who are you? Who created you? So let me ask this question as well, and let's see the answer which we will get. And I think it should be given. Yeah, I'm large language model trained by Google. I was created and developed by Google, right? So now that again, Google is very generously giving us the key, but of course there are limits. So let's try to understand that as well, because that will play a huge role on how effectively you could use the same in future, right? So the very first thing which I want all of you to see is that there is this usage button. So let's see the view usage button. Since this is a free tier, you don't have to go to billing or worry about that. Let's see this view usage. And here you will see like how many times your key were used, right? So I just called the key 2 times because again, I have just created the same. And I can see that, okay, how it is having input tokens per day, which are nothing but these messages which I sent, right? Then there are output, I think requests per day. We have just made 2 requests, and you can see that how it is getting updated in real time. And of course, like token total API request per day, which are 2 or 3 only. I think the first one is made by Anytin. I can go on the rate limit part and then see as well that, okay, when or if I will reach the rate limit. So peak request per minute, okay, RPM, peak request input tokens per minute. So that is, I guess, somewhere around 250K, and peak request per day. So that is around 250 request on this Gemini 2.5 Flash model. Okay. So just to quickly help you understand this thing again, they apply a limit first on the minute, like how many calls you're doing at a minute level. Then they try to see that, okay, at the overall day as well, there will be a limit, right? So which is request per day. Now if I do all models, you will see that how you could use different models, and all of them are having some like overall, let's say, limits, which is like, for example, for 2.0 flashlight, it gives you a 1 million token limits, and you could do easily 200 requests, right? So maybe you can just keep on scrambling this, or maybe just juggling this model and get to use that which one you want to finally use out. Now, I would also like to show you so that you are nicely aware that if you go on Gemini API, free limits, then go on this link, and easily you would be able to see that how, like what are the limits here. So in the free tier, these are all the details, right? Which we were seeing here, there as well. That you can use Gemini 2.5 Flash for 10, let's say, requests per minute. Total requests per day is 250, which I guess is a lot. And as the model becomes a little lighter, for example, Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite, it is 1000. So I guess you are easily getting like 2000 plus requests, which you can play around. Or at least, like, let's say we can take 1000 at least for a single model, which is a pretty nice model overall, right? So understanding this thing is also very important, everyone. There are different types of model as well as their limitation. So make sure that you understand this point, because that will play a role in wherever you are developing the same, right? So yeah, that was all from Google, and I think we can just quickly mark a very good right here. So let's understand. I think Google is done. Next is again a very good platform, which is Groq. Now the same is not from the one which is from Elon Musk. A very subtle difference, right? So if you will go and search for Groq, the K one is the one which is from Twitter XAI or Elon Musk. Q1 is the one which we want to see. Okay. So coming to Groq, GROQ, it also does the same thing, right? But it is having different other models. Now, what it has does, it has all the free models majorly. So GPT, OSS, the open source model hosted, which you can use easily in your workflows. So here as well, the workflow is very simple. And so that all of you doesn't have to care about the notes and everything, what I have done in this full thing, you will see that how I have created this full like kind of a guide where everything is kind of here, right? So you don't have to again worry about anything, right? Just try to make sure that you use it, like just go through it, and you will be able to get started in no time. Okay, so make sure that you download this workflow as well, everyone. Now coming to Groq, let's again start building. And what I will now do, everyone, pay attention. So I am able to quickly log in because I already have a account here. Once you log in, then you can again in a similar manner go to API key. Then you can check and create an API key. So let me again say free key demo, right? Let me verify the human thing. Yes, I'm a human. Strange. AI website asking you for human. But yeah, no worries. Let's get the key here, everyone, so that I can show you the thing. Okay, I can copy it. Make sure that you are able to copy and save it somewhere. I will be again disconnecting mine because you will not be able to see it again. Okay, so now the same is done, everyone. Let's go back and see the same. Now, when you again have this option, right? So if you will disconnect it, when you try to add a chat model, there is an option of Groq as well. So GROQ, it is supported in N8N. Plus, again, easily by Claude, Chat GPT, anything, you can get the code. So here as well, again, I will connect it. Go here, create a new credential, paste it, and I can save this. Right? So see, all has been done. Now, of course, there are different models which are available which you can use. We will see the limit as well, but let's use this GPT OSS 120 billion one. And I could just get my chat trigger node because you cannot have more than one, I guess, in a single workflow. So let me connect this, open chat, create a new session, and just send a hi again. So see, it's pretty fast, right? That's a good thing with Groq, that it is genuinely very fast. Now I've mentioned the same as well, right? 10x faster than competitors. Who are you? Who created you? So see, I'm a ChatGPT large language model created by OpenAI. So it is able to give us everything and like yeah, in a very fast manner. Okay. Now, if you go on the limits as well, everyone in the dashboard in a similar manner, you could see the usage and everything. So very important that you understand this thing as well, right? See, you can just select the model as well. So this was the model we used, right? It is able to tell us that, okay, what is the total tokens? What is the limit? So here as well, again, like if you are getting something for free, there will be a limit. Okay. So now you can just see the usage here. I guess, yeah, OPT, like GPT OSS was used. So that is what it is saying. And if we like, let's say, go on the overall settings. So let me just quickly see where the overall limits are there. So we can go on docs, and I think, yeah, there are the rate limits. Now, if you will see in a very similar manner, they have been kind of enlisted here. So let me just zoom in a little bit. So again, request per minute, request per day, tokens per minute, tokens per day, and I think ash is audio. Okay, it is again for the audio. So as you can see, like in the free plan, they are again giving you many requests. So if we, let's say, are using llama, which is a pretty good model, llama 3.3, 3.1, okay, or if we are using any of these GPT model, we can make 30 requests per minute, we can make 1k request per day, and of course, like 8k tokens is the limit per minute, and 200k, which is a very generous amount, like overall, right? So if you are just in the building phase, when you are, let's say, someone who is just exploring these things, the same I believe is very helpful, right? So yeah, with that, I think Groq shall also be clear, everyone. We can just mark it a good tick. Now, like with these two models clear, and though they are like way more than enough, let's see one of the more awesome technology, right? So I will tell you a little bit more about that as well. So this thing is clear, I guess. AI agent, how you can connect Groq. Now, of course, based on your model, you can have the memory, you can have the tool. Like you can just use it the way you want. Okay. Next, and like the last, but definitely not the least. So if you go on OpenRouter, now first let's try to understand the philosophy behind OpenRouter. Okay. OpenRouter says that, hey, you are unnecessarily loading some credits into Gemini, then GPT, then Claude. Okay, so I have actually loaded $5 into GPT, like OpenAI, $5 into Claude, and $5 into my and like Perplexity account. Okay. Open Router says that, hey, I will help you to access all these models. Okay, so you don't have to worry. You just pay me. So that is the whole idea behind this, right? Now, if you go and see it models, you will be able to see very like lots of models, right? The latest one as well. So Claude Opus 4.5, which was recently launched. Okay, and all of these models from different let's say providers. The good thing is that it also provides us many models which are free to use. Okay, of course with the limits. And if I, let's say, search for the context length or prompt pricing, I could just select, like just drag it down here, okay, to the zeroth one. And you can get many models which are totally free for you to use. Okay, or you can search for free as well here, and all the models will show up. Now the process is pretty much similar. We can go here, just create, like, log in with your account, go to keys, and you could create a new key. So I could similarly say free API demo. Now again, no expiry, nothing here. Okay, we are not applying anything, no expiration date. I can just create that key, copy this again because it will not be visible, and let's go and test out it. So again, in a very similar manner, we can create a AI agent. Okay, and we can add the brain or the chat model as open router. So yeah, let's see. I can delete this, connect it here, and just, okay, not this, my bad. In OpenRouter, I could just similarly create a new credential, paste it here, and let me know if you need a separate video on how can we, like with a single key in OpenRouter, how we can have a workflow, right? Where we can just work with different model based on, let's say, the request. So if it's a coding request, maybe we can route it to Claude. If it's a generic request, maybe OpenAI. If it's something which has to do with, let's say, a little bit of research, maybe we can use Gemini. Okay, so do let me know. Now I can just select OpenAI here, everyone, right? Sorry, open chat, my bad. And I could just send a message. So if I send a hi, okay, payment required, my bad. So let me do one thing. Let me open this from different account. So I will tell you what's the problem here. Let me open router and let me create one key from here. Okay. So yeah, let's create one key. Let's say open AI, or sorry, free key demo. I can just create this, copy the same, go back to my model, and just add the key again, right? So quickly we'll explain what the problem was, right? Now, once you have done this, everyone, you can again open a new chat, send a hi message, and it will most probably work. I have seen that OpenRouter is a little bit slow, okay, but the reason is that again these models are kind of provided free. Now, in a similar manner here as well, you can see and go in the activity, and you can see the whole thing, right? So I made a call, I guess, recently with Gemini 2.5 flashlight. So let's see which was the model I selected. Yeah, 2.5 flashlight. Okay. Now I could again change it to any of the one. Like, it was not free, but still up to $1 actually it allows you to make a call, right? So that is the reason, like, I exhausted that limit as well on my other account. So it says that, okay, like, please use the free one, but if you are not having that, still you can just try it out, right? So normally here again Gemini 2.0 flashlight is there. Gamma models are there. We saw that, okay, how some XAI model was also there, right? So all these are again Groq 4.1 or 4.5, they are present. So let's see the same, everyone. Now I've selected this one. And yeah, if I will send hi, who are you? It will give me the answer, right? So let it load, and it will just provide me with the answer. I will to give the answer. And yes, that is how you can use it for free. Now, of course, with everything, like everything, we can just go on open router and we can see limits. So API rate limit, it is again a little bit less, but I think the Groq and Gemini will be way more than enough, right? So let's see the docs. And I can, I guess, search for limits quickly. So we can see the FAQs. Okay, let me quickly get the link. So maybe we can use and search here directly. Rate limits, and let's see the same standard open router. Yeah. So 1 minute. Okay, these are the one. No, let me check. So yeah, okay. Actually, this is the one. If you see limits, like they're actually making some changes, I think, in their overall thing, the documentation. Now, yeah, this is the overall thing, everyone. Free usage limit. If you're using a free model variant with an ID ending in free, just like I showed you on its like catalog, you can make up to 20 requests per minute. The following per day limits apply. So 20 requests in a minute, But if you have purchased less than 10 credits, so let's say I have not purchased anything, we are limited to 50 free model requests. So you can make 20 per minute, but 50 in a day. But at the same time, if you have purchased at least 10 credits, okay, so if OpenRouter feels that, hey, this person has money, he has given me before, then you can make these 1,000 on a free model, okay? And of course, on the paid one, like there will, of course, be the limits which normally is, so that we can check. Like if you will go and see the models. So if I go on OpenRouter again and show you the models, like there are genuinely lots of different models, like even the latest one. If we go here, we can see the price $5 per million input tokens, $25 per million output tokens. Okay, so in that the normal things will apply, and you can see again different providers as well, everyone. So Anthropic is the one which is providing it, pretty good uptime. That is a latency. Amazon Bedrock and Google Vertex. Okay, so the idea of the open router is that in a single window, or like sorry, under a single umbrella, you are able to get all the different models. Now, with this, I guess the same should be clear that how you could use these AI models for free. Now, I have of course shown you this thing in a, let's say, anytime flow. You can use it anywhere else as well, right? And along with the free key, like to see the process, we have also understood the limits in depth, right? So again, very important. It is not some, let's say, video where we are just giving the free key or where I'm asking you or showing you some shady websites. These are all pretty like good and verified website, which I genuinely use every day. So yeah, go ahead. And I think now no one is there to stop you in getting these keys and building your workflows. And the best part is that how they have a very good limit. So if I again go in here and show you this table, so again, make sure that you download this as well, how very nicely we have the limits which are very generous, right? So it's not that if you're in the learning phase, you will be having problem. So very nicely, I've shown you all the things here, right? So like Gemini resets at Pacific time, it is on the midnight. Then again, all the different models available. Okay, speed difficulty, sorry, setup difficulty, sign up, and all the things are basically given here. And we have seen the analytics as well. So great, everyone. With that, now I hope that you have understood the full process in depth. Do make sure that you download the workflow. We have not only seen that how to get these keys, right? But also see that the limits, understand the limits which apply to them, as well as the overall analytics, which is very important. And this learning will stay with you and will be helpful when you in future also create an application using the paid key for your own or inside a company as well. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please just leave the same in the comments. Do like this video and make sure that you share it with everyone. So share it with your conjuice friend, or share it with anyone, like in your, like just spread the same in your college, or maybe with anyone who is looking to get into, let's say, the world of AI. And yeah, do make sure that you subscribe to my channel, check out the school community. I'm uploading lots of content there as well in some time, and will make sure that it becomes the biggest hub or the place where you can learn about everything in AI. So with that, let's meet in the next video and keep on learning about AI.